And we're back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button, my people. You know that it helps us out a ton. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you these stories every day. Now, y'all, if you rock with me, then you know over the past several days, I was recording from an airport. I was recording from hotel rooms. I was out of the country, people. I was doing my thing. And I was hearing something about the Seditious Six. But because I wasn't totally plugged in, because I was doing this and I was doing that, I'm like, what the heck is going on with this? And it turns out there are 6 lawmakers in the United States Congress who have issued a statement to service members telling them not to obey illegal orders from the president. And I'm like, well, why would anybody feel the need to issue such a statement to service members? And I still don't really know what that's all about. Is it a publicity stunt? Is it a political maneuver? Are they really concerned? Because as of now, I don't know of any illegal orders that have been issued. Donald Trump is not new to being president. I mean, he was president for 4 years before. He's almost president for another year now. So we have about 5 years almost of experience with him. No illegal orders that anybody can point to. So what the heck are they talking about, right? Why are they saying this? And now, after this whole Seditious Six controversy popped off in the last week or so, we have an attack on U.S. service members in which 2 of them were shot in Washington, D.C. yesterday. They were both reported in critical condition and later reported both to have deceased, but seems like that reporting is rolled back now. So it looks like they're both still alive, thank God. So let's pray for them. But the Seditious Six are now being blamed for creating an atmosphere of antagonism toward our service members. Basically saying, hey, you're putting a target on these guys back by treating them as people who might just want to enact or carry out illegal orders. So that's what this video is going to be about today, y'all. And also we're going to talk about the fact that the person who is alleged to have done the shooting is an Afghan immigrant into the United States, someone who came in under the Biden administration. And a lot of people are criticizing the way that was handled as well. I have a couple of comments on that. So y'all, let's go ahead and hop right into it. But before we do, y'all, we are launching our official Patreon. So if you want to be a founding member on our Patreon, we have just 222 slots, y'all. If you want to be a founding member, go down, click the very first link in the description, and you're going to feel good about this, y'all, because believe it or not, we are an actual paralegal school, and we help people get their paralegal certificate and get working in the paralegal field. And all of the proceeds from our Patreon, when you enroll as a founding member, all of that is going to go to scholarships for people who would like to study at our institute, y'all. So click that first link down in the description. Join us as a founding member, y'all. This deal will not come back. Now let's get into the story.
The 2 National Guardsmen that we're talking about are Sarah Beckstrom, who's 20 years old, and Andrew Wolf, who is 24 years old. They were uniformed members of the West Virginia National Guard, and they were in D.C. to keep D.C. safe, pursuant to President Trump's executive order to make D.C. safe and beautiful. They answered the call, they took the charge, they volunteered, they put their lives on the line for people they don't even know. The suspect, he has been identified as Ramanullah Lakanwal, a 29-year-old Afghan who entered the United States under Biden's Operation Allies Welcome, a program following the disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan. He resided in Bellingham, Washington with his wife and, we believe, 5 children. And we're working very closely with our federal partners, especially DHS and the FBI, to review his immigration history and the vetting process itself. What we know about him is that he drove his vehicle across country from the state of Washington with the intended target of coming to our nation's capital. As we stand here today, the charges that are appropriate right now are 3 counts of assault with intent to kill while armed, a violation of D.C. Code 22-401 and D.C. Code 22-4502. He will also be charged with possession of a firearm during a crime of violence. He faces 15 years under the assault with the intent to kill.
So I'm going to go ahead and give you my comment on the Afghan situation, y'all. If you have been listening to my content for the past year or so, you'll probably know, again, as you saw from the commercial, we are a paralegal school, right? We are a paralegal school. That's where this whole channel got started. And over the years, over the past 2 years or so, we've worked with a lot of people from Afghanistan, a lot of legal professionals who have come into the country under these various programs, and they want to get their lives started again. And I can say that my personal experience has been excellent. They've been some of the most humble, some of the most respectful, some of the hardest working people I have personally known. But everybody I've worked with has been vetted. They've all been vetted through various different organizations. They were high functioning people in their countries. And so my personal experience has been very good. I just want to put that out there. But on the other hand, it looks like bad apples have gotten through. And this is absolutely tragic. I know that this is going to initiate a call to maybe deport everybody or kick people out the country or what have you. It's not an easy situation. I know that the details are continuing to come out. So we will have to wait and see what happens with that. But I just wanted to give you all my personal experience because I think that's important at a time like this. Now, a lot of people are calling out the so-called Seditious Six Congress people who they say caused an atmosphere of suspicion and antagonism toward our service members, particularly comments like this. Let's take a look at what lawmaker Slotkin had to say just recently.
Look at these videos coming out of places like Chicago. It makes me incredibly nervous that we're about to see people in law enforcement, people in uniform military get nervous, get stressed, shoot at American civilians. It is a very, very stressful situation for these law enforcement and for the communities on the ground. So it was basically a warning to say, like, if you're asked to do something, particularly against American citizens.
So their Slotkin suggests that service members may be used to harm American citizens. And again, following yesterday's shooting of service members, people are saying this was very irresponsible of her to speak like this publicly, and that she is the person, if anybody, her and her seditious six co-conspirators, if you will, that they're the people who have been creating an atmosphere of suspicion and antagonism in the country.
The FBI has opened an inquiry into 6 Democratic members of Congress. President Trump has accused them of, quote, seditious behavior. Last week, lawmakers posted this video urging service members to disobey illegal orders. Now, CBS News has learned that federal investigators are looking to interview all 6. CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand is at the White House with more on this. Natalie, give us a sense of what we're learning about this FBI probe.
Yeah, hi, Vlad. We learned of the probe from the lawmakers themselves who were involved in this video, who said that the FBI contacted the House and Senate Sergeant of Arms to really arrange or organize these interviews with the members. The House members involved in a statement about this said in part, no amount of intimidation or harassment will ever stop us from doing our jobs and honoring our Constitution. Now, Senator Alyssa Slotkin of Michigan, another one of the senators involved in this video, spoke about the apparent inquiry while at an event in her home state. She called it a scare tactic. Take a listen.
The president's reaction and the use of the FBI against us is exactly why we made the video. He believes in using the federal government against his perceived adversaries.
Now, no official comment from the FBI or DOJ, but the Pentagon did confirm that it has launched an inquiry or a review into allegations of misconduct against Senator Mark Kelly, the second senator involved in the video, to determine whether he should be recalled to active duty. Of course, he's a former retired U.S. Navy captain, recalled to active duty to face court-martial proceedings. Now, Democratic lawmakers and even two Republicans have publicly come to his defense. I want to read this social media post from Senator Lisa Murkowski, who said to accuse him and other lawmakers of treason and sedition for rightfully pointing out that service members can refuse illegal orders is reckless and flat out wrong. She goes on to say the Department of Defense and FBI surely have more important priorities than this frivolous investigation.
So in my opinion, y'all, I think it would be nice if we could all just bring the temperature down. Again, Donald Trump's been president for approximately 5 years in total, and we have not seen him issue anything that anyone has said is an illegal order, particularly orders to harm people, right? But if we're saying orders that would be about hurting people, nobody has made any suggestion that he's done that. Whenever they have lost in court, like in Chicago, Slotkin, she mentioned Chicago, the Trump administration lost as it relates to the National Guard in Chicago, and they removed the National Guard. So this idea of, hey, just so you know, if they tell you to shoot, people don't do it. It's one of those things like you go up to a peaceful guy, you go to his wife and say, hey, don't let that guy punch you in the face. If he tries to punch you, call the cops. It's like, well, why are you saying that? Why you even bringing that in? Why are you putting that into the universe? You know what I mean? It's one of those things. So, y'all, let me know, what do you think about this? I definitely think people are on edge right now. I think that this is a tragic situation. I hope cooler heads do prevail. I know the Afghan community is probably looking around like, oh my gosh, this is the last thing we need. One of our own out here doing this kind of thing. And I know that the service members' families are probably grieving on Thanksgiving with this terrible news, but at least as of now, I believe they're both still alive. So y'all drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think about this down below. But before you do, please stop, hit the share button, share this video out over email, text message, WhatsApp, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all your favorite social mediums. And of course, if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all, and we'll see you back in the next one.